Welcome to the Three River Valley series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 4th of August 1987. And in this part, what I want to do is follow on from the previous video where we were looking at building maintenance and put together the basic infrastructure for vehicle maintenance. And that is going to be very much the focus of this video. But before that, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me a lot to think about. Now, I did get a comment about why I'm still playing this series and why I haven't started a new series. And there are a number of reasons, which I'm not going to get into any great depth. But probably the biggest one is that I don't feel confident about my understanding of the new update because and I really haven't had enough time to play. Now, if I just jumped in, because it's very easy just to look at the various available buildings, and this is something I learned in my Seven Crosses series. But whenever you bring in a really complex change to a game like this, the ramifications run out like ripples in a pond. And it's very easy to say, yes, I know, like, for example, vehicle maintenance. Yes, all I've got to do is put down these buildings and away we go, we maintain the vehicles. Now, unfortunately, that's not the way my mind works. I can look through, I can look at all the buildings, I can read the community reports, put together various bits of information, and it's almost like they're all the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. But the way I think is that those are just pieces scattered across a table. I'm never confident with a complex update until all the pieces make the big picture. That means that if I jumped in now and made a new start, what I would be playing that, but at the same time, I'd also be still playing this series in exactly the way what I'm doing now, because I need the pieces to fit together so that I can visualize the overall impact on a large economy. It's very easy to jump in and say, yeah, we'll just put this building down in a little town on the edge of the map with 2,000 inhabitants and say, yeah, just put this down. And yes, you can make mistakes, but trying to build a complex economy, those mistakes mount up and can eventually destroy your whole economy. The other reasons why I'm not in a rush to start a new series is that probably the biggest one is that the next series I want to run right through until the game goes live, unless of course the devs drop a bombshell and break the save game. Because I've got this project in mind, and I think the time is right to do it. But I need to be that, but everything needs to be right in order to do that. Because I'm talking about a long-term commitment. Because one thing I've always wanted to do in this game is build a really big economy covering the whole map. And to that end, I've been working on another project, which is a custom map for that series. And I've been working on this map for about 6 months. And I know that there's a potential issue with respect to the fact that if I create a custom map, I know where the resources are. Well, in the case of what I've been doing, that's not quite such a big issue because of the nature of what the map's going to be. And I don't want to go into too much details to give the game away. Also, some of the resources I've placed down, I put down about 2 or 3 months ago, and they've been done in a way that I can't even remember where they are. So if I wanted to go in and check, I'd have to look at the mini map to actually find them, and that's on a map that I've been working on. So not so kind of knowing where the resources are is not going to be relevant for the new series. So that out the way, because I don't want to get into too much depth. I just want to give you a bit of more of a general update with respect to the tech trees, because we've got this one here, and this now is now running out. What we're going to do is do tourist visas west. So effectively now, if I show you the research tree, we've covered all the key research. You can see it's all ticked off here. Now, and of course, you've got to remember that if when we switch on the waste management, we'll get a couple of researchers will come in. So we got 2 reactor researches, and so we got the child growth one, which I'm going to be doing maybe later on once I've got things set up, because I'm just curious to see how much that will boost child growth. And then we've done all the ones down here related to the thing. We've just got these 2 to do with Western tourists. Not that we're probably going to bring in Western tourists. And that's about it. So we've gone, so basically we've done virtually all the research. The other thing also, if you're following the series, you'll be aware that I'm made a change to the farm up here and built this warehouse. This warehouse is ready, and somewhere around here are some covered holes wandering over because we are just on the start of the harvest. So that's another thing that we done. I think that's about it, guys. I mean, I could probably do a quite a more extensive, but I don't want to get into too much detail because we got quite a lot of things to cover in this part related to vehicle maintenance. Now, before we get into doing the detail work and placing buildings, I just want to talk a little bit about vehicle maintenance itself, because it's deceptive. Because on the surface, we've got three buildings, or three sizes of a single building, which is the vehicle repair station. And you see we've got small, medium, and large. Now, if you actually, I'm aware that many of you can't see the actual size of the print, but it's got stations for vehicles loading and unloading. Now, I'm assuming that those are vehicles that will be going out to carry out repairs on vehicles. So the small one seems to have space for three. The medium one has space for 6, and the large one has space for 12, I'm assuming. And then, of course, we've got parking spots for vehicles as well. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what my assumption that I'm going with in this video. Each repair station has 2 active modes and 1 passive mode. Now, the active mode is similar to a technical office in the fact that if you click on a technical office, and I just want to go this way, size in it and zoom out, what you see is that the technical office has a range based up to 3,000 meters. So the reason I'm looking around a bit is because I just want to get a feel for how far is 3,000 meters. See, it doesn't go out to there. And that also applies to a repair station. And what the notes on how that functionality works is that the repair station will send out repair vehicles to any appropriate building. And I want to emphasize the word appropriate. Doesn't mean it'll go to any building, but I think by appropriate it means things like hospitals, distribution offices, anywhere where there's a vehicle parked. But there are a few sketchy areas, because I did read a wiki, and I'm not sure whether it's 100% up to date. But what the repair station will do is send out vehicles to repair any vehicles parked in those buildings. Now, that's okay, but if you only got 6 buildings, if you only got 6 vehicles, then life's going to get interesting. Now, the second active role of a repair station, I'll just use the tram shed here, because I'm not sure whether because this actually highlights buildings which have got vehicles parked in. So this is implying that this end connection here is actually this building would repair vehicles in this end station, because if you get the brown box, what will happen is the repair station will repair any vehicle parked in these buildings directly. So they won't send out a vehicle. I'm assuming the workers will just walk around and go in there with their toolkits in their hand and get things. So that's the 2 active roles of a repair station. Now, the passive role and again, I'm not exactly too sure how this will work, is that vehicles in need of repair will actually go to a repair station to be repaired. What's not 100% clear is what they mean by vehicles that will go there. So the thing that comes to mind is that, yes, a bus or trolley bus or something running along a route, assuming they can get to the repair station, well, and if they're just independently set up, will that actually they will go there? But will a vehicle based in, well, a hospital would they go there as part of their routine, or would they just sit there crumbling away? And that also applies to distribution offices. And of course, then that brings in the issue of ships and trains, which I'm not going to talk about in this video because it's outside, well, because we want to do the basics in this part. So that's the 3 roles of a repair station. Now, the next thing that you need to consider is that, again, it comes down to workforce. I know it's sort of part of the basic mechanics, and you could say that if you're planning things, you can see here that a small one needs 45 workers, because you've got to remember, you've got to multiply the 15 by 3. Then you've got 90 workers for a medium one, and you need 240 for a large one. Now that's quite a big boost, and that's something that you're going to need. And I do wonder whether that net of workforce will expand and contract in the similar way to the way a fire station does. Because if any of you are not aware, that with a fire station, the actual number of people you get working in here depends on the size of the fire truck. Because if you've got a fire, I think these ones here, they have a workforce of 12. So what you can actually get is, in fact, this is 36. So that means this is not fully equipped. I need to look at that. But so I do wonder whether the repair stations work in the same way. So there's a whole issue. So there's a whole issue around that which I need to understand. Now the next thing is related to repair stations, but it's a bit more subtle, and I think it's something that will have a direct impact on the way we plan our logistics systems, because each one of these repair stations need all the equivalent resources to a vehicle construction plant. That means it needs plastics, electro components, fabric, mechanical components, electronics, steel, and aluminium. I'm assuming aluminium is only required for aircraft and helicopters, but that's a lot of resources that need to be sent around to all your major towns. One, especially in the early game, they're going to have to be purchased at a customs post. But also, once you get a bigger economy, you're going to start to need to produce stuff, and therefore, a really strong logistics system is going to be the key to keeping all your vehicles repaired. And so that is going to be another quite major issue. And I've actually made a start here because we've got a nice source of fabric here. So what I've done is I started setting up this distribution office to send out plastics. At the moment we're buying plastics from the border, and I think I need more trains in here as well. But what I've been doing is sending out fabric to warehouses in the tourist town, Black Country and Ironton, so that I can from here, because of course we don't need fabric, be sent to this warehouse because they're. So that's and logistics is another one, and the reason, and that is a good segue into something I want to do down here, because I've got that big plan up on the top of the map for plastics up here, but it's going to be some time before that's ready. Plus the fact I haven't got the connection in between. So what I want to do, press shift, take that out. So what I'm going to do is come in here, fossil fuels, plastics factory, and I'm going to put a plastics factory in here so that we can build local plastics. And what that will mean is that this factory will then supply this area with plastics for the repair bay vehicles. And I think I'm going to need a store here, storage. I think a rural store would be quite adequate, because if things are building up in this, I want to ship things out. I don't really want to bit tight that in there. I think we have to there. We're going to put in a factory connection there. That. Oops. Put the road connection there, and road connection there. And I'm already pushing the fuel production here, although once I'm probably most likely shut this this chemical factory down, get them all workforce. So what I'm going to do is, I don't think I can take another pipe off here, and I don't really want to. That's an in pipe. So what I'm going to do is, we've got fuel in here, so I'm going to okay, you can do it. Maybe it might be better to go above ground. because we got cancel that. Now technically this is will become an extension of this, so we should be okay. I think we're, oh, I know why. I'm sorry, my failure there, sorry. What that will do is become an extension of here, and what that will do is then supply this oil, which we're bringing down from above here. I think, why are you not, why don't you have any oil on you? Oh, I think because I messed up. If you watch the previous video, we had a problem with this area. So that should help with the supply of plastic. Now the next, so what I want to do now is move on to planning where we're going to put in our what we call it, our vehicle repair buildings. But first I want to show you this. We come into here. Now this is just to give you an update of where we are. If I click on buildings and click on wear and tear, you can see the building situation is well under control at the moment. Although I do have a bit of a gap up north, but I've left that deliberately. Now, vehicles got here, wear and tear, thought that. At the moment, we've got some vehicles have got to 26%. I think we're okay. List of trains. I'm not saying, oh, well, if we do the whole map, we can see that might be a bit better. So we got 28% there. 32% we got a trolley bus. A trolley bus? Where's the of course I've got trolley buses in that little my village at north, which is good because I want to try out trolley bus repairs. Chips, wear and tear is not too bad, 24%. Helicopters, 27%. Of course, what we got here is the level of repair we can set for our vehicles. I think you can highlight and actually do this here. Now, so at the moment we got plenty of time to sort things out, but I just want to show you something else I found because while I was looking at this the other day, I saw this types of availability, and if you click on this is quite interesting because what this is a breakdown of all the vehicles that are available in your, well, in the game. That includes mods. And the way it works is, obviously we're looking at helicopters at the moment. It only goes back as far as 1950 and it finishes at the year 2000, and you get these bars which shows you what vehicles that you are. And then of course, and if you want at the moment, say if you want so if you want to see all the Soviet and Western ones, you can turn on US dollars. If you want to look at the Western ones, you can actually go that way, and if you go this way. And I must admit, this is the first time I've actually done this, and it's quite interesting. I've got 24 pages of road vehicles, and you can sort by brand in alphabetical order, I think. The alphabetical order, or you can actually filter by let's see, yeah, you've got steam cranes here as well. And you can also filter by a specific type. So if you want to say, I want to know all my prison buses, you can actually filter it this way. You can also filter by weight, origin, obviously, engine capacity, and value. So for the first time, we've actually got a fairly comprehensive list of all the availability of vehicles. And of course, these yellow red bars show the time period that they are available. Now, you do get the odd one where it's got no bar in it at all. And I think this is down to the fact that these vehicles are, I think probably a good example will be if I can find the excavators. And if we turn on US dollars, what you see here is like the Erie steam shovel here, which is, you can see is from 1990 to 1935. So you can actually put over this. I think that's quite cool. The only thing I will say is that to clear the filter, you've got to go out, switch over to trains and back again. So that is quite very, very useful. Anyway, that out the way, guys. What we're going to do now is I'm just going to start looking around, and I want to show you a couple of locations that I've picked out and give you the reasons why I'm planning on putting a vehicle repair office in here. Now, one of the primary candidates is here, but you can see there's a bit of a distribution office here. So at the moment, I'm still building a distribution office over here. Hopefully this will be finished. It's going along quite well, actually. One thing about setting up these vehicle maintenance construction offices is that if you want to do a quick build, it gets things done. And just to show you, I think I can get a medium vehicle maintenance building in here. And what I'd like to do is cover both the train depot and the road depot, because I'm not sure. Yeah, and because the other thing related to these things is actually getting these in range. So once that's finished, we'll move these guys over to there, and then we'll move the vehicles and get into that area there. And that comes back to what I was saying. Luckily, we've got loads of technical offices around. And I'm just going to zoom right out again. I want to see the level of coverage. So it looks very much like if I built a vehicle maintenance depot where I'm planning, that will cover virtually it would cover the tourist town and also the Black Country from the perspective of sending out vehicles. But of course that won't be enough, but that would be a good starting location. The next one I'm considering is over here. And one of the things I want to test is up here, is this rail distribution office, whether this will be repaired. And I think this would be a good location to put in a repair one. And again, I don't really want to go over the top with this. So what we're going to do is put in here. Now, these buildings need water and sewage, but I think that works in the same way as other industries. It's not, I'm assuming that it's not super efficient. So what we're going to do is put in this building here. It's got no power though. That's a potential issue, but we can fix that because we've got a substation there. But I just want to put this here because I think this is, no, maybe not. Actually, we could put it there. Maybe I'll put it here actually. I'm talking about maybe it is time here. Because it's only going to be a small one. And we got a lot of vehicles here. We could put it next to the secret police and get one. What I'm looking to do is at least one fringe benefit from every repair bay. In fact, I quite like that actually. That gives us all the water, all the sewage. Yeah, I think we're going to go there. Oh, come on, game. You can do it. No, it's not going to do it, is it? Aha. It's probably something under there that's giving a problem. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this next to the tram depot for like that. And at the very least, if a tram gets damaged, we can send the tram to the depot. This is something that I did notice when in a discussion that basically you've got this manual defense that if you've got a repair station next to a depot, you can send a train or a vehicle to the depot and then it'll get repaired. But that is very much a manual process, something you don't really want to do too much of. So we've got this one here. I just want to flip back very quickly to see whether the distribution office has been finished. Actually, I've got another idea for here because this is the ship dock. In fact, I think what I'll do is we've got this old distribution office. I've got no idea why I built that actually, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of you. Because I'm thinking about putting a small repair here because this is the ship dock. So I'm hoping that I might be able to hook on to this one here because this is where most of the ships are coming in. Right, can we get in here? And I'm thinking about putting a small one in here. It'd be really nice to that still just won't touch that one. I think you get a bigger footprint from too close to an existing building. I think it might still be clearing that way. Another option is here, but the problem here is not the proximity of workforce. Just come back up here. No, it's still being built. Okay. What we'll do is go up here because I've got a bit of a grand strategy here because we got I haven't actually set up this maintenance building office for buildings, and we've got this connector here, and we've also got this technical office here. And now this is going to be quite a big area. There's lots of vehicles moving around here. We've got lots of things going on. So what I'm thinking here is a big repair station, and what I'd like to do is do something like that. Could get that in. Actually, can I do it that way? See, this is the shape of the building. So if I put that there, building on fire, see, that will get there. Then we can put in a road connection there. And what I'm thinking is that I've got this technical office here, and if I put in, I know I accept that this is a little bit over the top, but I'm just curious. I'm trying in some ways to actually overload the office. Plus I want to see is we put you there. I didn't see, got a feeling that may not have power. That could be an issue. What I want to do is just put you, we get you in. Put you there. And there. And what we can do is move this technical office out the way, because what I want to do is when this is built, I don't know if we can, we got a footpath there, but let me just check something. Yeah, we can get between those two buildings, because what I want to do is put a walking route up to this office here. So what we effectively have is this building directly maintaining these three buildings, assuming that buses that go into this end station will be repairable. I've got no idea of that actually that works, but we're more importantly we'll be able to keep these vehicles repaired, and that one there. So that is so, and this with 3,000 meters, that should cover this entire area where there's a lot of vehicles, especially the farms. So I want to kind of go a little bit over the top up this area, because obviously we've got to get out and keep all the vehicles maintained in this farm. And now I've got two possible candidates for here. We've got the helicopter crews here, which should now be going out to, they should have picked up those new roads, and the helicopter swarm will take off. The next candidate place I'm thinking is here, and I'm thinking a medium repair bay here. Repairs location here, and the reason I'm thinking medium is I want it to overlap with the technical office on that side like that, and it's also got water and sewage, and it's also got direct links to that. This is going to be our waste technical office. Now, I do have a problem with snow in this area. And to that end, I actually built another technical office up here for industry waste. So what I'm thinking also is that we can put another technical office here. And what this technical office will be is for snow clearance. I want to separate the roles. So what we'll have is this maintenance building will actively maintain the buildings and the vehicles in these two parts, and also be able to send out 3,000 meters. So that's an area there. Now, the next thing I want to do is I've got this area here. We got a distribution office here. We got this. Now, this is my key vehicle building maintenance crew here. They're not actually doing anything at the moment because we're not building very much. And I've also got this platform here, which has given me an idea. And what I want to do, again, we're just going to go medium because it just seems a good compromise. And what I'd like to do is, I think that road is in the way, so take that road out. It's only a gravel road, it's nothing of great importance. This is where all this platform burns down now. And what I want to do is just tuck you in there, like that. As you may have guessed, I've kind of half planned this. And this is actually close to this bus station. So what we'll be able to do is put in a footpath under here to here to get the workforce in from here. Though we may need to increase our bus load. Now, what I want to do as an experiment, and I emphasize the word experiment, is I want to put you in about there. And this is a triple landing dock thing. And we're just going to hook you up there. I think because there's not that much going on, I'm going to put you on buildings, factory connections, actually buildings, conveyors and pipelines at the moment. The idea in this arrangement is that what we're going to do is have this at the moment, this construction office is empty. I think is it a construction office? Yep. So what this is a double for my backup for building maintenance and also construction. So I want to keep this active. What we got here? Okay. Oh, this is a concrete delivery. I think this is where I actually okay, we'll sort that out. I'm not worrying too much about it. And the idea is this will maintain the this helicopter construction office, also because it'd be close to the fire station, or more importantly, it will also cover this area here. And this platform will allow us to send any really severely poorly maintained helicopters here to be repaired by this bay here. So we got that there, and this in theory should cover this area, and there's not that many vehicles in this area, so at the moment I don't really feel the pressing need to be able to get this done in this area. So I think that's the main ones that I've got chosen. So we're just going to go down and see if I can get in that what we call it, because the yeah, this is now finished. Where's the... We need to move all vehicles there. And copy all the tasks over to there. It's a brilliant new feature. Because it means that if you move a distribution office now, if I just put them side by side, you can see. So I'm just going to let that run. Keep the game up a little bit. Looks like we might need to do a little bit of yeah, so I think some of these vehicles may need a little bit of replacement, I think. And what that means that this will now be empty, so we can zap you. Shift. Oh no 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 no. Get that there. While that's going on, we'll just check the research over here. Oh no, you're still going through. I'm building a new office block here, or residential block here. Make sure, yeah, you picked it up. That's good. The reason for bringing these in is that I want to get the workforce. This will give the supplementary workforce for the maintenance office. I think we're just going to do a little bit of work on here. What are you actually doing? You're delivering electronics, food and alcohol to the hunts. So I think you can go. You're well past your sell-by date. Of course, at the moment, we could do a replace vehicle. I'm not exactly sure. Got no idea how that works. I'm assuming that you would need a complementary vehicle inside of the depot, but I'm not going to mess about with that. So we'll just sell you. Get 46,000 back. 85. Sell you. Too slow. What we'll probably do is bring in a new vehicle just to spread the load a little bit. It's all covered holes. I don't want anything speed. Where's it? I like these KMZ's 5320s actually. They got 95 top speed and they've got a reasonable carry capacity. So we'll just bring in one of you into there. And hopefully this area will now be cleaned up. And we can put in a medium I don't like a medium police game. Downside of squeezing in things like this is the fact that we can't put warehouses on here. So we're going to have to need to set up a fairly reasonable distribution system. I think that will work. I want to push that back up. No, I've got to leave space and bring it back this way a bit because I need to get a footpath in. Got no water supply for that. It's going to be okay. And you still manage to make connections to the... I don't want those. Go away. I want nodes on that there. And big connection there. Road connection. Where's the footpath connections? Oh, footpath connection there. Right, somehow we've got to get up to here. This is going to be fun. Because ideally I would like to come up somewhere about there. Let me just see. Put you about there. I think I can put you about there. Underground. Where's the... We should be able to connect you to there. And ideally I would like to take this a little bit further in as well. We should be able to do this. Something like that. And then we be able to... Oh, come on, game. We he's too close to that, isn't he? From the building, so that's not going to work. Okay, we're just going to have to live with that. I'm outsmarting myself at the moment, so take that out. That. What that means is that we'll have a footpath connection from here to here, so that will ensure that we have a good supply of workers. Downside is that we can't really put a warehouse in here, but that's the way it goes. So we've now got this repair building here going, and I want to come back and see if I can get in here. We could put a small one in here if it's possible, but we could just put a small one in. That went green. Actually, that's good because it's got a connection, although it's the wrong connection. But I think we'll put you in there. Actually, that connection could be fairly good because what that will mean is that the steel in here can then flow into there. We could fiddle the road here a little bit. I don't know if I can get in a very small store. I'm not going to worry too much about storage, actually, come to think of it. I'm going to work on the storage as and well this goes. So we've now got cover of this dock. Now, the reason I wanted a direct connection to this dock is that I want, if a ship badly needs repair, we can send the ship to this dock and get it repaired manually. Because ships are all on self-aligned lines, so that's good. This is coming together quite slowly. Right, we've got research. This is rapidly coming to the end of our technical office research. What we got left? Nuclear power plants dry dock project. We'll just do the dry dock, not that we're going to actually build a dry dock. So we got this set up. I'm kind of thinking I really feel the need to set up this. No source of gravel. Okay, we're gonna I think if we go and on there. Please game. Yeah. It's done all the boards, prefabs and everything like that, but well, we could bring up prefabs and boards up here. That would be good, actually. But because we got the spare capacity, haven't we? Prefabs, boards. Yeah, I mean, we got lots of capacity in here. Yeah, that might be worth considering. But I think in the short term, we're go and use the more direct pickup. Just come here. The board pickup here. Prefabs we've got to pick up from here. Steel, mech components, concrete. Again, concrete's going to be quite an interesting setup. This way, I can see lots of how can you say? I can see lots of helicopter construction offices in the future. Electro components is going to be the tricky one. I sorted the electro components out up here. If not, I'll make the necessary change. No, we haven't got electro components to here just at the moment, but We will add electro components to, oh, no, that one, sorry. Mech components is one. Oh, you can do it, game. Now workforce. Now that's going to be interesting. How's the workforce in here? Has everyone got? No, you've got. I think you can. Why is it saying? You can pick up the workforce here. Now. Can you copy from another construction office? Let me just see. It'd be really great if you could just copy over. Is there anything option to say change workplace? Just copy source building. Nope. Okay. Right. I'm just gonna come here, and I'm just gonna. Well, I don't need to go up there, do I? I'm gonna need to. So what do we need? Get a couple of buses. We'll get 1, 2, 3 of those. We're going to need to get the tower cranes, but the tower cranes are going to have to be brought in there. We got what we got here. We got a lot of dumpers here. Not exactly sure why I've got so many dumpers in here. We'll get some dumpers. Get 4 dumpers. 2, 3, 4. We're going to need some covered holes. We need to make sure that's set. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. We need some excavators because this is going to be a couple of excavators. I think actually we need some concrete mixers. Where are you? What concrete mixers are we using? The KMZs. Yep. 2, 3, 4. Get some of those. I'm losing track of what I've bought. I think we'll get road crane as well, and then all I need is a couple of tower cranes, which we're going to have to do because they can't ship themselves to the port thing. So come into here, and I think I've used up my. So we're going to have to come in here and. This up. Tower cranes. Quite like these actually. They're expensive, but this has got a 95%, 95 speed. So I get a couple of those, and I need a. What are you? Where are you from? Let's close maintenance. Okay. We're going to need another open hole here. Open hole, and we need a big one. Okay, I'm going to need to check. The open hole I normally use isn't listed. Wow. I think I've caused a bit of a queue here. Yeah, we need the KMZ 5410. Open hole. There they are. Are you? We're going to need to wait for you to do your thing and come out. While we're at it, just want to check the chemical. Cannot store. Okay, so we've actually filled. Have we filled our farms up? Have I got a problem? No, we filled our farms up. I think the problem now is because we're actually harvesting. Let me just see overlay. Fertility. We got fertility wise 150, 150. Wow. And we're starting to get the crops coming. So that's looking good. We've got our crews working on our new offices. Let's have a quick look and see if we're picking up any. Well, we don't seem to have any buildings in dire need of repair. It's good. Just have a quick look at the. I think this is probably the best way to get an overview. Yeah, so the nearest one we've got is this power transformer, which is just here, which is at 28%. What I will do is eventually increase the maintenance requirement a bit higher, but I want to keep it low because it will mean that if things get out of control, I've got time to sort things out. This is all being built through. Everything's coming together quite nicely. We've got our concrete crews working there. We've got the beginnings of our this here. So I think we've got most of the stuff covered. My main concern is here, but we don't really have that much in the way of vehicles operating in this area. Actually, sorry, I just want to go back north to check my trains because the trains are going to be quite important. I need to keep these guys busy. Yeah, okay. Let's see where you're operating. I don't want you wandering off somewhere doing anything. Okay, you're still working on those. What are you doing here? They're pushing out this line here. I need this connected so that I can ship steel and mechanical components and also bricks across the map. That will make things go a little bit quicker. Right, this is being built here, and eventually we will get this done. This will be connected. Get the footpath into there. Let's go back to what we call it. This is coming together quite nicely. How's our you being picked up? Yeah, Dark Valley maintenance has picked up because of course Dark Valley maintenance now is the I think we'll get you in on a support role. That can come in that way. Actually, let's have a look at Dark Valley. I think we need a footpath here, don't we? What's that there? Oh, we got a junction-y thing under there. Need that built. That will connect to that. So that's looking good. Got footpaths under there. This is being built, that's good. Got the waste supply guys just there, ready to go sometime, long time in the future. Okay, we've got fire. I want to go up, and I think I've missed one place, haven't I? Yeah, we've got this. I haven't done put a vehicle maintenance in there. Have a quick check. Yeah, we're getting props into there. That's good. We got what we got here. We got a technical office for snow. and the waste one. Now this is redundant, so we could get rid of you. Because we got these guys quite happily trolling around. You've got nothing to detect at the moment, so that's good. Right, let me just get rid of you. Now, we do have a lot of vehicles operating around here, because again, we've got this farm over here. This is quite a busy route, so I'm wondering what we're looking at. Medium? I don't really want to build a large one here. I think we're going to stick with medium. What about that? That'd be pretty cool. But the road's in the wrong place. If I could get that road connected. We could get it built in there. That would be brilliant, because then we'd get a double coverage for the waste and the technical office. Oh yeah, definitely gonna have that. And I think just for the funsies of it, we've got this footpath here. I know that they could get to the biofuel. So actually, let me just. Actually, this is a question. Can we upgrade a gravel path to a concrete path, asphalt path? Okay. Just going to upgrade that. We should be able to get the. That's it. Put 5 crew on it. Yeah, we're gonna have to build that a little bit first. I don't like that. We're just going to remove that, and we'll actually build the asphalt plant. In its own way, it'd be more efficient. Why am I going there? We can just come across to. Why won't that? Straighten up. That's better. And that little mud footpath. Sneak it in there. And that means that 5 crews can just build that whole asphalt footpath all the way out to there. That should improve the range of people coming from there to work in the vehicle maintenance building. And I've got so wrapped up in what I'm doing, I've lost track of time. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. Any comments, opinions on what I've done, feel free to chuck it in the video description. And I'll either try and answer any questions, or I will definitely take on board any suggestions you've got to make. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.